All right, guys. Good morning. God bless each and every one of you. Welcome to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team with the Queen, Cindy J. It is a Tele Tuesday. It is Tuesday, May the 23rd, 2023. We truly appreciate you guys first thing in the morning. We're on all major podcast platforms. Also, all social media platforms. Easy to find the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team. You can Google it. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate you. We hope everybody's well. We hope that you're being safe, traveling to work, or if you're working at home, the kiddies are okay. You know what I say? Go out there and get that paper today. Be careful. This is the only place on earth where you get your morning love, but most importantly, it's the only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Cindy J, the Queen, God bless you. Good morning. Good to see you. Great lighting over there. And how are you?
Well, thank you for that, Sean. We need a little extra help on this side, so I appreciate the light. Good morning to everybody listening. We have an amazing show for you today on this Tele Tuesday. We're going to get started with Senny Says, where I will let you know what is going on in Hollywood and entertainment news. We're also going to have Front Page News with Senny J, where I will let you know what is going on locally, nationally, and globally. So you want to make sure you stick around for that.
That's right. Don't go nowhere. Stick around for all the information that our beloved Cindy J have for you guys this beautiful and glorious morning. Now, Cindy, before we get into the show, I want to let everybody know, please, if you don't mind, like and share the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team. And we truly appreciate you guys. And thank you so much. Now, Cindy, funny thing, before we get into your whole situation, I did a comedy show the other night in the Poconos. Shout out to my man, world famous Scotty. We did a show over there. Light crowd, but we had a great time in the show. It was funny. So I was hosting the show. I'm interacting with the crowd, and I told the joke about my suspended license joke, which I think is hilarious to me. And Cindy, while I'm doing the joke, a dude yelled out and I know we talked about this before, but it's just really weird that this guy in real time yells out, "My license is suspended." But it was proud of it. He was proud of it. And that's made it funny to me. And then I asked his lady, I said, yo, I said, Miss, do you allow your man to drive your car with your license suspended? And she said, guess what? The African American sister said, yeah, I let him drive the car. And the room erupted. And that's one thing that I would love to say to my queens out there before we start the show. Queens, my beloveds, those ride or dies, those women that's outside, the women who believe in their man's dreams, the women that will allow their man to drive their car and knowing that his license is suspended. I just want to say before we start the show, much respects. And I'm going to give you ladies a round of applause again. I know we talk about this from time to time, but to hear a woman in real time, in the place to be, say that, yes, I allow him to drive the car with his license suspended, it was a whole newfound respect that I have for that woman. Hold on, before we start the show, Cindy J, I'm going to give this queen, whoever she was, whoever she is, a round of applause. I know we talked about this on the show before, but I never met a woman that said, yes, not only does she allow her man to drive the car suspended, she glorified it. It was no problem for her. And these were grown ass people.
Yeah, because she thinks she's being a ride or die, or what?
My question to you is this, the Queen, Cindy J. And everybody else in the chat room, and good morning to all the folks that are gathering in the chat room this morning. We see you. Cindy, are you... Boy, Cindy, you are really glowing over there. There's a lot going on. You got that studio light that's bumping over there. Cindy J, are you a true ride or die? Are you that? Could they talk about where did that ride or die? Well, hold on, wait a minute. First of all, where did that phrase come from? That ride or die? Wasn't that one of the female rappers said ride or die in her rap back in the day? I can't remember who it is.
I think that came from like DMX.
Well, we got to figure out. Chat room, help us out. Where did
I
that
think he had
term?
a song that said he needs a ride or die chick.
Right, he need a ride or die. Right, he needs a ride or die chick. Right, DMX.
That
I
was
think you're right. Chat room is Cindy, right? Because she see her black culture is very limited.
I know what's going on. I know.
Uh, so you must be woke. Cindy, are you seriously, are you truly a ride or die chick? And Cindy, there's two parts to that question. What is the what's the terms of the ride or die chick? What are the parameters of a ride or die? What is the parameter? We outside, baby. Good morning. What is the parameters of a ride or die? Chat room, help me out. What is the parameters of the ride or die chick? Maybe I need to ask you that question first before I ask you, are you a ride or die chick?
I mean, these ride or die chicks, they are out here doing anything these men say, they over here putting guns in their purses, making runs, drug runs, stuffing paraphernalia and drugs like on various parts of their body to hide it. They're just willing to do whatever it needs to be done to help this man's cause. That's what a ride or die chick is.
Whoa, boy, you took it all the way to left field.
That's what it really is.
But is
But
it
I
that's
mean,
really what
people can romanticize it and be like, I'm just there for my man. I'm just here. I'm loyal. I'm da 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 da. But that's what it is. You
so a
willing to
ride so
sacrifice a little bit.
so the terminology of the ride or die chick is birthed from criminal activity?
Yes. What do you think? It
Chat
comes
room,
from
what
some wholesome place?
chat room, talk to me about that. You sure it's come from just a criminal element, or is a ride or die chick could be a ride or die chick without the criminal element involved in it? Can you be a ride
Well,
or
then it
die chick?
depends. It depends on who you ask. I'm gonna.
Okay, good.
I'm actually gonna look up the song because I think it says something. It was the Locks,
Okay, the
Drag
locks.
On, Eve, for the Ride or Die chick. That was the song. Let me see. Let
Let
me
me
pull
see.
up.
Let me see if I can pull it.
Uh, I'm trying to see if they have any of these lyrics in here. Um, yeah, look at this.
What?
Talking about make her use a fake credit card twice in a store. I need a chick that ride or die, pulling the five, getting high with the Gucci frames over her eyes. Um, you know, he said I died and that bitch gonna put weed in my hearse. Gamed her to death, tattooed my name on her neck. So, it's just, I don't think these are any type of wholesome lyrics talking about being here for you. It's about the hood mentality.
Let's see.
I need a ride or die bitch that'll take this coke out of town and come back and break down when I'm broke. What?
Wow. See, that's the type. Let me ask you my
I
wife,
need a ride
honey,
or die chick.
honey, would you break down the coke for me, honey? Could you swipe the credit cards that's stolen twice? Now, hold on. See, here goes some of the lyrics. I mean, here's the song.
I can't really hear it. Can you get it closer?
Now, see, but let me ask you a question. Do you think that there are women out there that are proud, before we start the show, that are proud to be ride or die chicks in this criminal negative scenario that you're putting it in?
Yeah,
Do you think that there are women out there that are proud to be ride or die chicks?
yeah. Because if not them, then who, Sean?
But why does the ride exactly, ladies and gentlemen, put a number one if you're a ride or die chick. Put a number two if you're not. But see, ride or die doesn't have to be the criminal element before we start the show. Welcome, guys. Only place on earth where
Yeah,
people want to start,
there
right?
are people who take, I mean, there are people who romanticize it and it's all like, no, I'm just down for him and I'm loyal and I'm here and whatever he needs me to do, I got his back. We're partners. We're partners. We're in this together.
So
Okay, girl, you can
if
you can let him lead you down a path of destruction.
so, but
I
Cindy,
used
why does it have to be such a negative connotation with this? Why can't it just be a ride or die chick just riding for her man? Why
I
does it have to
feel
be that?
like people that if you're in a relationship, especially if you're married, I would assume you're with your man, you're for him, you guys are a team. I don't have to label myself as that. I think when you say you're a ride or die chick, you're putting that like extra like street element on it because we all know what it is. You're like going out of your way to like let people know, like, yeah, like I'm about that life for him.
So, Cindy, then let me
Do
ask
we
you this
have
question.
any? Go ahead.
In saying all of this, would you be considered a ride or die chick? Not with the negative part of it, not with the criminal part of it, where you said that the origins of it has come from, and I totally agree with you with the rap lyrics. But are you the basic ride or die chick? Would you ride or die for your guy? It's very painful for you to answer this question, huh?
I mean, because it depends. But yes, I am a loyal person and I will support you. I will say that. But
Now, what if one of your homegirls say, I'm a ride or die chick. I love him, blah, blah, blah. Eh, how do you feel about that? Then let me ask you a question before we start the show. Do
I do
you know any ride or die chicks, CJ?
yeah, I know a couple like that'll do
Are they
whatever.
from the battle rap element, or are these regular women?
They're like regular women. You remember that girl you met at the comedy show?
Yeah,
Drea?
yeah.
Yeah, she's a ride or die chick. In every sense of the word. Hey girl.
Let me ask my wife if she's a ride or die chick. Honey, honey, are you a ride or die chick? Hello, hello.
That's hilarious.
Put a number
I
one
mean,
chat room.
yeah. I mean, I think that girls that are like that, I mean, there's a place for them, but I think they should see their value as well because, some of these guys out here are not ride or die for you. So I think if you're going to be a ride or die for a guy, that he should be reciprocating and be just as down for you because the visiting floor in women's prisons say that's not the case. So
Right, good point. Cindy, ask me if I'm a ride or die chick or dude. I don't know.
Sean, are you a ride or die dude for your chick?
I am a ride or die dude for my
No,
chick.
you're not. No,
If,
you're
if,
not.
if my wife say, listen, I stole something, let's get out. For example, let's say we're in Macy's or whatever, and she stole something. And she's about to walk out and she said, I stole this. I'm going to walk out of this store. I'm rocking with my wife. I'm not going to turn around and say, listen, take that back, or that's wrong, or I'm going to call the authorities. I'm rocking with my wife if she steals something and say I stole it. I'm not going to tell her to take it back. I'm rocking
Wow,
with her.
Sean. Wow,
And
Sean.
I give you another example. We were stuck on a highway on Mother's Day.
Oh no.
Yeah, and we was heading to her mother's house. And Mother's Day, if you remember, was a really nice day outside that day, last week or week, whatever it was. And there was a major car accident on the highway, and we could have literally took the streets to her mother's house, but we took the highway because it would have been faster. But we got on the highway, and Cindy, the traffic had completely stopped because it was a terrible car accident up the road, and we couldn't get off. We couldn't back off the exit. We couldn't move it forward. So we got to the divider in the highway. You know where the state troopers are always sitting, and they tell you not to make that U-turn
Mm-hmm.
to go back to the, southbound, northbound. You're going back on the other side of the highway,
Right.
which made sense to us because if we got back on the other side of the highway, we would just get off our local exit and just drive to her mom's house, right?
Right. Right. Right.
So I looked at my wife. I go, listen, I got to bust this UE. I got to bust a move because we're going to be late to your mother's house if we stay in this traffic. You know what my wife said to me?
Oh, wow.
Bust that UE.
I don't. I don't think that puts her in the
That would
category.
put her in the category of ride or die.
No, Sean. You have to put her in a life or death situation and be like, rock with me. You gotta be like, I'm about to rob this store. Get in the driver's seat. I'm gonna be out in less than 5 minutes.
If my wife robbed the store and came to the car and said, I just robbed the store, get out of here, let's go. I'm gonna put the car in drive and we getting the F out of there. Sitting if a dude can,
I like that you think you live this life in your head because you live on a quiet street in Bethlehem that this would never happen to you.
City, if your dude came to the car and said, listen, I just robbed the store, drive and get out of here. What are you doing?
I would be like, why did you do that?
No, 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 no. What are you doing? Are you driving? Are you asking that question while you're driving, or you asking that question as you exit in the car? Which one are you doing, Cindy?
Oh my gosh. I mean,
Hold
I
on,
would.
before you answer that question, chat room for the ladies. If your dude gets into the car and says he robbed the car, are you pulling off or driving off, or are you getting off and asking, why did you rob? Or number two, number one, you're driving off. Number two, you're not. Fellas, if your lady robbed the jewelry store, are you driving off or you getting out the car? Back to you, Cindy. Cindy, if
I
your
mean,
dude robbed the store,
I think in the moment, because the adrenaline and everything, I'm gonna do it. But after that, like, we're not seeing each other anymore. Like, I'm past that stage in my life. Like, I used to be like that when I was younger. Like, oh yeah, like, hanging out with some, you know, people and whatever. But I got too much going on right now to be involved with a guy who doesn't care about his future.
yeah, but Cindy, you just said, and I said as well, I think all of us that are listening to the show kind of fits that category. Everybody got a lot going on and a lot to lose if they jeopardize about doing something, doing a criminal act. But you just said, I'll drive off, and then whenever we stop the car, I'm done with you. But you're driving off.
I know. I don't want you to get in trouble by the police. I don't want you to get in trouble. I just don't want to be involved in this. I just, you know what I mean? But I think knowing me, I would drive. I would.
Right. Right. And you know, I love your honesty because you would. I know you. I know you better than they know you. Okay. And I know that you would drive off. And I'm driving off as well. As soon as my wife come out and say I stole this, I'm driving off. Put a number one chat room if you're driving off. If your mate stole something, put a number two if you're getting out the car and you're not dealing with it. And welcome to the show, only place on earth where you get your morning started right with your boy Harvey, the Queen Cindy J. Later on in the week, the Queen Miss Miko. All right, Cindy, let's get into some front page news. Welcome to the show, only place on earth where you get your morning started right. We truly appreciate you on this glorious Tuesday morning. Yeah, let's get into some front page news. S to the E double N Y, and you can't deny she got the front page news, y'all. She got the front page news, y'all.
Hey guys. I know I haven't talked to you in a little bit about Wendy Williams. It's been a little silent. However, there are rumblings that she was hospitalized. There are reports claiming that she checked into a medical facility. However, Wendy Williams's rep, Sean Zanotti, has shut down reports about the host. The claim surfaced after a source told the publication that Wendy Williams was admitted to a medical facility in New York twice in the past 2 weeks. And he said, I can confirm that Wendy is not in the hospital. I can also confirm she is not in New York. Wendy's exact whereabouts are unclear at the moment. The Wendy Williams show star came to a controversial end last year following 12 seasons on air, reportedly due to her health, blah, 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 stuff we already know. The last thing we actually heard was that Wendy was supposed to be starting a new podcast. She had put out like a Wendy's podcast Instagram, but there have been no updates in over a year. So it's almost like it's almost like Jamie Foxx, like out of out of sight, out of mind, because we still have not seen Jamie Foxx.
Right.
We don't know where this ninja's at. So and then also with Wendy. So I guess if she's not in the hospital, that's good. But maybe people put out these reports because they're trying to see if they can sniff her out, try to see if she can come from hiding, which I don't even know why anybody cares to see where Wendy's at. She's obviously still at home getting over whatever she got going on. And it's like, do Wells Fargo still have her money frozen? Like, what is homegirl? What does she got going on? I mean, I hope she all right. It's been a while. There was a sighting of her. I think it was like New York Fashion Week or something like that, where she was out and she did look a little crazy wearing these like bedazzled shorts and some other stuff. But yeah. So according to her rep, she's not hospitalized. If you heard that. Where do you think Wendy is, Sean?
I don't give a damn anymore. Uh, if you a veteran to the show, listen to the show, you know that Princess Cox No Paws, Black Heart, first chat room member of the week, Jackie Robinson, Brooklyn's finest. Him and I met at a Wendy Williams show. He was a big fan of Wendy Williams' show as myself. And fellas, if you were looking for a wifey that has big giant weaves and African American sister, going down to the Wendy Williams show, you find tons of them. And y'all know how I felt about Wendy back in the day. Actually, when I was single, I wanted to reach out to Wendy Williams because I wanted to date her back in the day. Everybody judged me in the chat room. Y'all could kiss my ass as well. And then I went on the dating scene, and you know how that all ended up. I met my beloved wife.
You were on the dating scene for 2 minutes.
Damn. Tell all my business to the new listener.
I'm just saying.
But in those 2 minutes, I did reach out to Wendy Williams.
No, I know you lying, Sean.
Wendy is a facsimile thereof. It's done. It's over. We please go away. I've turned against you. You're very evil to me. You're sick mentally. You need help. You need medication. Even if Wells Fargo has still put a freeze on your accounts, you're still very wealthy. Wendy, I say go away. I say leave us. Go on with your existence. You keep saying you're gonna do certain projects, and they never come to fruition at all. You're a liar. You got people around you that don't care about you. But I do say this, and I've said this before we move on. Kevin Hunter, you're the smartest man in this picture, even though you broke as hell. You was the one that saw the forecast before us. You saw the torrential rainstorms gusting in the 7-day forecast. You knew your wife was crazy before all of us. That's why you bounced. And you had that other chick who you eventually, your fiance, on deck. Kevin, I'm not mad at you, but you played yourself wrong because you broke now. Because you're dependent on Wendy's fortune to sustain your life with your fiance. That's called karma. You're finished. Wendy Williams, you've lost your whole fan base and you lost everybody. And these stories that keep coming up with you being hospitalized, you're looking crazy. You're looking like Skeletor right now. You look like you need an emergency hamburger. Wendy, please, Sherry Shepherd is shining in her glorious light that took over your show, took over your time slot. This woman is America's sweetheart, while you are in some kind of fantasy world. You're in District 9. Remember that movie? You're pathetic. You're pathetic. Uh,
Sean.
you allowed you was the one that's talk about strong black independent women, and your husband left you, and you the one who fell apart.
I
You
don't think
are a poor example for women that are out here who are breaking up with their men, that are in dysfunctional relationships, that have children, that go to work each and every day, crying on the subway, crying in their cars. Men are doing them wrong, and they still wipe the tears off their shoulders and they go to work and they're still productive members of society, and they're not nowhere nearly as rich as you. And your man did what most men do to some of these women out here, as a percentage wise. 50% of the men do this every day, but you fell apart. So you want sympathy from us. You want us to follow your whole trail, your insanity, as far as going to hospitals each and every day. Wendy, we don't care. Everybody got to go out here and live their lives. We don't care about it no more. It's the same running story over and over again. And I'm done with you. I literally I was the only man on earth that wanted to have sex with you when I was single. Everybody in the chat room, especially the veteran listeners and Cindy, they judge me for that. I don't want to have sex with you no more.
not anymore. Wow.
You're the
Wow.
worst. Go away, Wendy. Next.
Not go away, Wendy. Wow, Sean. I
And
can't
I
believe
don't
you.
even want to see your podcast at this point or any teller. You're going to be a train wreck on TV. The national television stations don't want to deal with you. NBC, CNN, Fox, all of them. They're not touching you.
I think people will line up to hear what Wendy has to say. And I think that because I mean, I do feel bad for her. Like, I really feel like this is some weird karma coming back for all those years talking about people. But I do feel bad for her because this ain't the way to go out, you know?
It's not even entertaining no more. It was entertaining in the beginning when we were following her meltdown, but we were all cheering for you because we wanted you to jump back on the platform, go back on your show. You jeopardize people's livelihoods. Thank God they kept half the staff over there at the Sherry Shepherd show. These people were losing their job because you cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. No, Wendy, we're done with you.
John,
I'm done.
I think you need to give her a little bit more grace.
No, I'm done with you. I'm finished with you. I know we're gonna keep reporting on you, but I'm done with you. I'm Wendy fatigued. I'm fatigued of you. I'm tired of you.
Wow.
Your little stories, and you still got people around you kissing your ass. This is weird to me. It's a weird story.
Well, she's not in the hospital, supposedly.
All right, whatever. What's next?
ASAP Rocky defends a seemingly pregnant Rihanna after a ball breaks out at a club. They were at a club, and as you all know, Rihanna is pregnant still with her second child. However, they don't seem to be letting parenthood stop them from enjoying life. Rihanna and her boyfriend were spotted inside a nightclub having a good time with some friends. At some point during the night, things became a little chaotic, and a few unnamed people in the VIP section started to fight. ASAP wasted no time protecting his pregnant girlfriend. He quickly jumped on the mic and was like, y'all neighbors got to act like gentlemen right now. You heard? I got my lady in here. Y'all neighbors, calm that ish down. Don't be in the section doing all of that. Calm down. Y'all act like gentlemen when y'all in our presence. Um, so yes, they were supposedly out at the nightclub, also promoting something that they're supposed to be doing. I don't know what it is that that they're doing, but I mean, I think it's a nice sentiment, but I just think it's a weird situation to be in a nightclub when you're pregnant. But I guess when you're a celebrity, you can do that. Like, girl, go sit down somewhere. But
You're
I thought that was nice that ASAP tried to, calm down the crowd for them.
well. First of all, you're a hater, and secondly, we talked about this just 10 minutes ago. He's a ride or die dude. And
That's
third,
not ride or die
he runs
material.
on the bike and go, "Yo, neighbors, calm down. My bitch is in here. What's going on?" That's a ride or die dude. And how much is Rihanna worth as well? Like $1 billion, right? He's
Yeah.
protecting his billions.
Well, if
And
you want to
since
put,
she's a billionaire, she could go wherever the hell she wants to. She's a billionaire. She go to a club. He's
yeah, but
protecting his women. I think you should applaud him for what she doing. I got love for ASAP Rocky. I think he's very animated. He's very loud. He got an attitude about himself. His swag is unbelievable. I'm an ASAP Rocky fan. He bagged Brianna, put a baby in her, put another baby in her. He's securing the bag, as you would always say, not like Tiger Woods' girlfriend that you reported on Friday. At least ASAP Rocky don't have to make another song for the rest of his natural life. How old is he? 25 years
34.
old?
He's
How old is he?
34.
He's 34. This man doesn't have to work another day in his life. He got Rihanna pregnant twice. That's a lifetime check. I'm going to applaud this young man. There are men out here in these streets that are getting women pregnant that don't have a dime, and the women don't have a dime in their pockets. ASAP Rocky, you should applaud him. He got a billionaire pregnant twice. I be jumping up in the club too. Yo, everybody, man, my lady in here. She's a billionaire. Calm down.
Oh my God. She's a billionaire. Calm
And
down.
Rihanna, we already know. As far as live entertainment, 1 to 10, I give her a 2. Super Bowl performance was horrible. But Rihanna is a beautiful sister. She's a beautiful young lady. No questions about it. And ASAP Rocky, it's almost like the Bobby and Whitney situation. Like you would never see those two together in a sense.
Yeah.
But ASAP Rocky, you are the man of the year as far as I'm concerned. ASAP Rocky, it's your uncle. ASAP, it's your uncle talking to you. It's your Uncle Harvey. You are my hero, my friend. You didn't fumble the bag. You got the bag for the rest of your life. These are your babies. She's got to pay for that.
I'm weak.
So protect your queen. You a ride or die dude.
But it's like, what if somebody were to start shooting or something crazy were to go down? Like, you're pregnant and just like in a nightclub environment. I just feel like it's not safe. So, but whatever. Shout out to them and their little nightclub.
These are not regular neighbors. They ride with heavy security, like presidential type security. She's a billionaire, Sydney. Come on, knock it off.
No, she needs to stay her pregnant ass in the house or someplace else, not in a club.
If you was 4 months pregnant, would you go to the club?
She's not 4 months pregnant. She's like 6 months,
If
seven
you was six,
months.
if you was 6 months pregnant, and your homegirl had an event at a club, would you go?
No, I'd probably be like, no. Unless it was like sectioned off, sitting down, like not just to go sit in no VIP section at a club. No, please.
Folks in the chat room, ladies in the chat room, would you, if you was 6 months pregnant, would you go to a club?
And I
If you
mean,
had to
me
wait to me,
personally, if I'm not drinking, I don't like to be around drinking because I'm a drink. So me personally, I'll save myself out of those situations. It's not fun for me. So, but maybe it is for her, I guess. But like the loud music, the lights, and all of that, and I'm not even drinking. I'm just like sitting there chilling. No, 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 no. So
shout
no.
out to Rihanna. And most importantly, shout out to ASAP Rocky. Sir, you have secured the whole entire bag. The whole bag.
I mean, I'm glad for him.
Oh,
There's like rumblings that they want to get married, but who knows?
oh my God. If they get married, it's the whole bag times 10.
Well, I'm glad they're talking about marriage,
Good for
supposedly.
them. But as you
Um,
always say, it's nothing like black love. Go ahead, continue on.
that's true. Rick Ross is saying that his car show will go on despite being denied a permit, and he's sharing plans to run for the mayor, to run to be mayor of Fayetteville, Georgia. Rick Ross has been causing his neighbors some serious problems. He had some trouble like a few months ago. He has like a lot of livestock, and he has some buffalo, and his neighbors were concerned about these buffalo roaming all over their property because they have small children, small dogs. And as I've told you, Ross basically said, my buffaloes eat grass, they don't hurt people. If you got a problem with my buffalo, next time you see them, give them a carrot or something like that, he said. So now I guess every year he holds this big car show and it's held at his house, and he lets the public come as well. Like it's not just his friends. So his neighbors rallied around, basically saying they went to the city, basically saying they did not want to have this come to their town because the traffic is crazy. They don't know who these people are, and it's just too much of a liability. Um, he wants his annual car show to go as planned. Neighbors filed a petition earlier this month against his upcoming concert, car, and bike show, which is set to take place on June 3rd. Residents of the neighborhood told the Fayette County Board of Commissioners that the event caused way too much traffic last year. One neighbor even claimed that the car show unnecessarily compromised the community's quality of life. The Board of Commissioners listened to the complaints and ultimately denied Rick Ross's permit. However, Ricky Rose seems to have a solution. On Tuesday, he announced via Instagram that he plans to run for mayor of the city. He said, I love Fayetteville so much. Next year, I'm running for mayor. He said, that's right. The boss, Rick Ross, running for mayor of Fayetteville. I want to know how many votes did it actually take to vote in the mayor of Fayetteville. I need to know that because we gonna become that. We gonna make that happen, and we gonna have a good time. We gonna give some people opportunities. We gonna give some people raises, and of course, we gonna have to clean some people out. As far as his plans for this year's car show, Ross appears to be unbothered by the fact his permit wasn't approved. Following that up, saying, breaking news, the Rick Ross car show, June 3rd, goes on. It must go on. It's a private event on private property with VIPs, and you're invited. Tickets still available online. It's going to be a beautiful event. Shout out to the beautiful city of Fayetteville. So Rick Ross basically told his neighbors, F you, and he gonna do what he wanna do. But I wonder they'll probably call the police out to clear it out, maybe. But it seems like he's like being really arrogant and he don't care about none of that.
Uh, wait, look up real quick. How much is Rick Ross worth?
Okay.
I love this song with him and Nelly.
I like what you did to the Chevy, right?
What's
Yes.
wrong with him and Nelly?
Yes, Jackson. Come on.
Rick Ross's net worth. Rick Ross's net worth is 45 million.
How much is he worth?
45 million.
Hold on, let me play that again. See.
She ain't acting right. You know what me for Superman. Here I am.
Listen, you
I
don't
love that song too.
you don't disrespect the boss. And what
Mhm.
is it? Fayetteville? What state is this in?
Georgia.
Fayetteville, Georgia. Population 200. Fayetteville, Georgia. Are you out of your mind? This guy loves his town. If it wasn't for him, If it wasn't for the Bronx, but if it wasn't for the Balls, nobody coming to that town.
Wow.
He has his car show. He could do that in Miami, Chicago. He could do whatever he want. He want to bring his car show home. But you're hating on your beloved residents of the town that loves the town that he's from. Ain't nothing popping in. What's popping in that town? Cindy, what's the population of that town? Nobody's there. So every year he throws his little car show that brings in revenue to all the local businesses. And you're hating on it because the traffic for the weekend is terrible when all the hotels are booked up and then the city denies him. This is your hometown hero. Who else has come from Fayetteville? What state again?
Georgia, the population is 19,284 people.
So that's nobody. We got 19,000 people right around the corner. There was 19,000 people that lived in my tenement building in the Bronx. There's 19 people on the back of the number 2 train going to Manhattan every morning. And a bunch of you, the council people have denied him a permit to have his car show. He's worth $45 million. And trust me, he's going to win the mayor's race. Might be in the college report or the new white This man is an international superstar. He can't have his car show. So you know what he did? He said, I'm running for mayor. And he's going to win. And the mayor of Fayetteville, Georgia, is actually probably a symbolic appointment. It doesn't yield any power. But what he going to do, he going to become mayor of Fayetteville, Georgia. He going to fire everybody. But it's not even the mayor that holds the power in the town. It's the school board. What he should have did was ran for the school board. That's where all the real power is.
Right.
You run for the school board, boss, and you get some of the other homies in there, and y'all run the school board because the school board, all the money comes into the district from the school, not the mayor. The mayor has no power at all, bro. The mayor is that dude like, yo, we're going to put a stop sign on 4th and Park Avenue. He's that guy.
I'm like, the school board.
You want the money? You want to stop the paper? You got to be on the school board, bro. But that's another issue. Okay, you could be mayor. You're the guy that could say, yes, he can do the car show or not, maybe. But Fayetteville, Georgia, why would you disrespect an international superstar that's worth $45 million that loves his area and his town that he lives in? So the people that are on the commission or on the board, you're stupid. That's the dumbest move you can ever make. Who's the current mayor right now of Fayetteville, Georgia, the Queen Cindy J? Could you find out for me? Did she transfer the law to state? Picking like home egg for financial aid. I have no doubt she had problems with financial aid. Meantime, my finances straight. I can open up the door to the... He said his finances straight. He can open up the door to anything he wants. The man's worth $45 million. He could be president of the United States if he wants.
The current mayor of Fayetteville, Johnson, is of Fayetteville, Georgia, is Ed Johnson. He was first a city councilman and then as mayor since January 2016. He's lived in Fayetteville since 1994.
What's his name?
His name is Ed Johnson.
Well, Ed, you're done.
I don't know if they have a picture of him.
Ed, you are finished. There's no way that you're going to defeat Ricky Rose, the boss, in a mayor challenge in Fayetteville, Georgia. You're done.
I think this is him.
What do you look? Is he a Babylonian or is he an African American?
No, he's an African American brother.
See?
There you go, Ed.
See, Ed? The problem is, Ed, you don't like Ricky Rose. It's personal for you. Well, we're going to send a clear message, Ed. It's time for you to go. We don't like you and your politics.
Oh my gosh, my light went out.
I'm going to vote for Ricky Rose. I'm going to move to Fayetteville, Georgia, just to vote for Ricky. How far is Fayetteville from Atlanta? You got to go, Ed. Mayor. Ed, what's his name? Ed what?
Ed Johnson.
Ed Johnson, you got to go. You're a disgrace. You
Oh my.
mad because Ricky got 700 cars in his backyard? You mad because he worth 45 million? You don't like Rose's aunt, bro? You don't even like the Rick Ross family. You a hater for Rick Ross. Well, guess what? We're gonna send you a clear message. You got to go. There's
Wow.
no way you're gonna stop all this commerce and all this potential business to come into a town that only has 19,000 people in it. What does that mean? A McDonald's, a Wendy's, four bars, the casino hall. It's not down there. And if
Right.
Rick wanted to have his buffalo, that took it over the top. Rick bought some live buffalo and a giraffe. He bought a giraffe, two monkeys, and four buffalo. And Ed, you lost your mind.
You know damn well he wasn't supposed to have all that livestock on his residential property. Stop it, Rick Ross. Cut it out.
City, I'm voting for Rick Ross for mayor of Fayetteville, Georgia. What you doing?
I mean, I would just do it just because you know me and politics don't mix, but
Put a number one chat room if you should vote for Rick Ross for mayor of Fayetteville, Georgia. Put a number two if you're not. Cindy, give me 15 number ones. I'm voting for Rick Ross. This is nonsense in a town that has 19,000 people in it. Are you kidding me? What's next?
wow.
Cindy, would you vote for Rick Ross for mayor?
Yeah, I'd vote for him. Why not? What does the mayor really do anyway?
And she used to fight with her mom till I set them both down. Now she tight with her mom. Yeah, I put the ice on her arm. Now she knows.
He put the ice on the arm, made her tight with her moms. Ed Johnson, are you putting some ice on somebody's arm, bro?
No,
You're not
I
putting
don't
ice
think.
on nobody's arm. You're a regular neighbor
Wow.
that's mad that Rose is changing the whole town, and there's nothing you can do about it. So guess what, Ricky? We're gonna get you out of office because you're stupid.
Wow.
You mad at Ricky Rose? 19,000 people in the town. You're pathetic.
Sorry, Ed. We'll be following this. I'll let you know when he decides to run next year and all of that. Don't worry. I'm staying on this for you.
Next,
Um,
and then we're
getting
gonna
it.
and put a number one chat room if you're enjoying the show today. Put a number two if you're not. Let's go.
Yeah, please let me know. Geologists are saying, Sean, that New York is sinking under the weight of its 1.7 trillion pound buildings. Okay. New York is sinking under the weight of over a million buildings, all clocking in at a whopping 1.7 trillion pounds. The city is dropping closer to the water at 1 to 2 millimeters per year, with some areas subsiding much faster. Lead researcher and geologist Tom Parsons of the United States Geological Survey says the gradual descent makes the Big Apple extremely vulnerable to natural disasters. Lower Manhattan is particularly at risk of slipping below the waterline. There are concerns for Queens and Brooklyn too. Ultimately, 8.4 million people are at the risk of varying degrees of hazard. New York faces significant challenges from flood hazard. The threat of sea level rise is 3 to 4 times higher than the global average along the Atlantic coast of North America. The effects of the city's gradual sinkage have been noticeable over the last decade. This was particularly seen in the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy and Ida. Repeated exposure of building foundations to salt water can corrode steel and chemically weaken concrete, causing structural weakening. He fears that the structural integrity of the city's many buildings could be at risk in the future too, particularly those along coastal and riverfront areas. Um, New York City is ranked third in the world in terms of future exposed assets to coastal flooding. He believes that developers aren't taking the threat seriously. Meanwhile, the threat of severe storms persists, likely leading to increased concern as years pass. So, does that concern you, or is this one of those things that you feel like is not my problem because I'll be gone by the time that happens?
New York, You're gonna drown. Everybody's dying.
Spreading the news.
Oh my God.
I'm leaving today.
Sean.
You got to leave New York right now. But you notice that the Queen City J didn't say nothing about the Bronx, because if it wasn't for the Bronx is going to stay afloat. You get out of New York City. She said 1.7 trillion.
Well, the Bronx is the only part, I believe, that's actually attached to the land mass, and all the other boroughs are in the water
Whoa,
on the island.
this is
Fun fact, if you didn't know, the Bronx is anchored to the land.
if it wasn't for the Bronx. Cindy, this is a concern, guys. You listen, we see all those horrific movies when the world come to the end, and the big tidal wave movies, and the meteor hitting the earth. New York is going out first. I am sorry to say it is too much weight in New York City, and they're telling you like every other year, like it's an inch that that goes below the sea level. I'm afraid for everybody in New York City. 100 years from now, the lower Manhattan might not even be here.
Yeah, it's really scary. And actually, because that is exactly what happened with that condo down in Florida. And they want to say, oh, it wasn't no problem. And da da da. The same thing is happening in Florida to Miami and all those other places. That condo shouldn't have been built, and it was sinking, and it
Right.
had structural damage. But they
Well,
like to say it didn't have nothing to do with that, which
I
is
hope you're
not.
not on the two train while all that's going on. Everybody, be careful in New York City because you might drown out there. All right, City. Listen, okay, guys, we truly appreciate you. I know it's a short show this morning. I got to run out of here, and we got to go. We truly appreciate you guys this morning. Thank you. God willing, Wednesday we have a longer show. I got to get out of here. Shinny got to get out of here. But we truly appreciate you guys. Put a number one chat room if you enjoyed the show today. Put a number two if you didn't. God bless you guys. We hope you guys are safe. We see you tomorrow. Cindy, you have the last word. Everybody, let's brace ourselves for the Queen City J and her last words for the morning. Let's go.
My last words for today are keep going because you never know what's on the other side.
Keep going because you never know what's on the other side. Let's clap. I like that.
I don't know on the other side of what, but whatever you're doing, just keep going.
Just keep going till you get to the other side. Right now, and you're right. Look, we're in the morning. We're trying to get to the other side, which is the afternoon. It actually makes sense to me.
It does. It does.
Okay, see, let's wave at these folks, guys. We see you guys tomorrow.
Bye,
God
guys.
bless
See
you.
you later. Share the
We are out of
show.
here. We got to go. See you tomorrow. God bless.